and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my brand new podcast, Let's Address It. And I am Alexis Young, and I am here with one of the sweetest, funniest, beautiful, chocolate, just voluptuous, and just a fun time. I am here with the 3 cheese Texas toast herself, Chanel Ross.
Hola.
Welcome to the show, sister.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for bringing you and your pearls on my brand new podcast.
No problem.
We're going to jump right into it because I know you are so bubbly. Your personality is so bubbly. I want to talk more about your childhood, like your upbringing. Can you tell my viewers and everybody that's watching right now, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
That's in the Midwest. Ghetto as hell. Yeah, it's very, very ghetto at that point in time. And as far as like my upbringing, my mother and my father was separated.
Which household were you in?
I was primarily with my mother.
Okay.
I was primarily with my mother, but I spent a lot of time with my father. Like, it wasn't a strange relationship at all. Like, we had a connection. And it was like in the early days, like pre-transition. Then when I transitioned, we moved like to the ghetto and East St. Louis.
Wait, so slow down.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I want you to elaborate because a lot of people don't know your story, your history.
Okay.
So were you still a boy when you saying you moved away? Was it with your mother or with your father?
No, it was with my mother. So we had moved to East St. Louis, Illinois, which is across the bridge from St. Louis.
Okay.
Which is like ghetto as hell, like
real
ghetto,
like the hood,
like the final boss of ghetto.
Okay.
So we moved to East St. Louis, and that's kind of like I dibbled and dabbled in and out of drag when I was in St. Louis, but it wasn't until we moved to East St. Louis where I really like took the plunge and really transitioned completely, and it was kind of weird, and it was kind of difficult in that area and in that time. The doctors weren't giving you hormones. I was crafting hormones from overseas.
Was you doing street hormones at the time? Like, one of the older girls, like you buy hormones?
No, I was crafting hormones from a place called In-House Pharmacy back in the day, in Four Corners Pharmacy. I was doing a lot of this when the internet had first came out, bitch, and I was really doing a lot of research on what do I need to take. So a bitch is like 15, 16, really was crafting, ordering hormones. Now thinking about it in retrospect, like
yeah, like okay,
girl, what?
Well, we're gonna get to all of that. We're gonna get to all of that. So I want to know, like, once you finally put the wig on, and you started dressing like a girl, how did your family? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I'm the only child. Okay, but I have a stepsister.
Okay, so how did your mother and your father's reaction? What was their initial reaction when they first seen you as a girl?
Well, my father really didn't care. My mother, on the other hand, she kind of, like, they knew that I was gay or whatever, but the whole dressing like a girl thing, it really just came out of nowhere. Like, one day I was just like, girl, fuck it. Like,
did they disown you or treat you differently?
Well, my mother, I came home, I had a 30-inch weave ponytail, and my mother was like, she tried to stash the ponytail out of my head. She was like, I'm going to be the only bitch with hair in this house. Okay. And I was like, okay, girl, whatever. And I had left, and she was very sick about me, So after that initial, initial reaction, me and my mother, we became the best of friends. Like, she was my biggest cheerleader. Yeah, she was my biggest cheerleader, my biggest supporter. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So I want to know about your younger kitten days as a junior femme queen, as we would call it. So, did you ever work the stroll before?
Absolutely.
What was your experience like on the street walk? For all of my viewers out there, working the stroll is like basically prostituting, like working the strip, the beat, whatever you want to call it. Give me something.
Honestly, it was, first of all, I was working the stroll in East St. Louis, Illinois. It was ghetto as fuck. One time I walked to a car. First of all, I walked to this car. I will never forget this. And the dude, I was like, hey, baby, what you got for me? Bitch, next thing I know, I just felt a liquid all over my face. And bitch, I thought I had just got shot.
He threw piss on you?
He threw an egg at me. He egged me, bitch. He egged me down.
Why you not right? You been down in the window like
I thought I was gonna give me a coin, and he egged the shit out of me. Yeah.
Give me. All right, so we're gonna keep throughout this. Give me a horror story of you working the strolls.
I don't have one.
You don't have? Thank God.
I don't have any horror stories, but I do have an interesting story.
Give me an interesting story.
So I have an interesting story where we was on the stroll and the police had came, and. First of all, the police officer was so fine. Now thinking about it in retrospect, that was real fucked up. But the police officer was like, "You got to give me some head, or I'm taking you to jail."
Really?
So I ended up giving the police officer head in his police car.
But he was fine.
But it was sickening. Like, I didn't mind. But thinking about it in retrospect,
that's
really fucked up. Like that's really, really fucked up. You know. But there is a lot of horror stories out there. A lot of girls, and I was young.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really didn't have to be out there. I think I was just bored and just wanted some coins, bitch. And
I mean, there was a way. It was something to do for us. Yeah.
During the day, I was working at McDonald's, and then
so you had a job as a girl.
I had a job.
Oh, okay. See, I'm thinking like, cause you ain't part of my generation.
No, I had a job. I kept a job. It wasn't enough.
I don't want to say your age on camera. I won't do that. But
I'm 35.
Oh, she's one of the ones. Okay. Cause I'm 31, so I just wanted to throw that out.
Girl,
back in my day.
What year?
Okay,
yeah.
But no, like back in my days, like the stroll stories is probably way worse.
No, I can imagine.
You know what I mean? Okay, so you really are an open book. Okay, so let's talk about when you really started crafting to the world that's out there to know about crafting. It's doing things illegal to obtain. We're gonna say obtain items or merchandise or whatever the thing. Because I understand that you went to prison for a while.
Yeah, I went to prison for 3 years.
Was you dangerous? Did you have a good reign though?
What you mean?
Was your reign sickening?
No, it was kind. No shade. So basically, I had like I'm guessing like a ascension of crafting, bitch. Like I started just stealing shit just to get by and paying people bills and shit. And then I got to a point where there wasn't enough. Like I wanted to, mind you, I'm still in like high school at this point. I used to like go in hotels. Like back in the day, they used to have like the credit card authorization books, and I would like dress up in like big, like a whole disguise, bitch. Like a whole disguise. Go behind the counter, get the credit card authorization book. And that would be, because the credit card authorization book had the copies of the front back of the ID, everything. And bitch, I'm talking about, I'm like 16 years old going to high school in like Gucci and like John Galliano. I was wearing like lace fronts and everything when I was in high school. This is a long time ago. Like,
so
bitch, I was
the girl.
Like I was carrying. Like I was really carrying, and I got caught on some fluky shit. Honestly,
there's always some fluky shit.
I got caught on some fluky shit. I was in North Carolina. I was with my best friend, and we had 2 separate rooms, and her room came back. So the police was knocking on her door, but we was in my room, so we're looking across like, oh, the police is here. Like, we had just spent all of our money. And long story short, I feel like if I had a better defense, I wouldn't have went to jail because that was my first time ever in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I was stupid. I had a public defender. I was too busy, spending my money on.
Were you still in your teenage? You were still.
Yeah, I was still in my teenagers. I was still in my teenage years. However, I did not have my identification. I went to jail under a fake ID. Okay. I went to jail under a fake ID, and I had to go to adult. Yeah, I had to go to adult prison. You know what I'm saying? So that was a whole different experience. But I think that experience helped mold who I am today.
Did you have breasts and stuff?
I had little hormone titties. Like I had little hormone. It wasn't.
Do you have any like drag or kitten days pictures?
I got some. Yeah, I still look the same, literally.
Literally? Was you as thick as you is now? You always been a thick?
I've always been a fat bitch. Like, I've always been a girl
this lady, get her off
the couch. She takes too many bites from the fork. She doesn't know how to put the fork down. She likes the nipple.
So, can you tell me going to jail, was you in jail or prison?
I was in prison.
You was in prison. So you wasn't in the cabin?
Prison. No, I was in state prison for 3 years. So,
being as though a girl like myself, I've actually been to jail. I haven't been to prison. We ain't glorifying even one of them. But bitch, wasn't it tea?
You know, it was.
I mean, okay, so for y'all that's out there, I'm not glorifying going to jail or prison. But what people don't understand is when you in those type of situations, you have to make the best of it, knowing that, bitch, I ain't going nowhere until it's time for me to my expiration date. Mm-hmm. You know, so you have to start gelling. You have to start bidding, is what we call it in Philly. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, you got to start getting dug in because you're going to be here for a while. So with that point, bitch, did you give him hell?
No, when I tell you, I've always been a hustler, and I've always been about my money. Like, when I was in jail, I was running the card games. I had learned how to braid hair. Mm-hmm. Bitch, I will braid you down, honey, for some ramen noodles, bitch. I'm going to braid you down for some soap, ramen noodles, and deodorant. No shade.
Sissy, let me ask you a question. This is funny. This is to all the people out there that's been in jail. What do y'all call, because in Philly we call them chi-chis. Some people call them hookups. When they got the noodles, the cheese curls.
Oh, we call them, oh my God, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like the little concoction you make with all the shit.
Yeah. Okay,
it was,
so
they had the steak cake, but that was the dessert. But that was.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think about what it was called.
Okay, like did you used to have the tray down in there though?
No, I actually didn't. I was terrified. I dealt with one. Yes, I dealt with one guy the entire the 3 years I was.
Was he a boss? In there?
No, he wasn't. He was this white guy named Timothy. Hey, Timothy.
Tennessee boy. How you doing?
Yeah, I was petrified.
Okay, so let me ask you this: Was you one of the girls when you was in there? Because when I was in there, it was giving this.
I mean, no, I wasn't giving all of that, but I was fully moaned out. I was still getting my moans in there.
Did you have the most trouble with the female COs?
I did.
Okay, so we got that similar story.
Jail really wasn't that bad. It was the female correctional officers because they would be in there fucking the inmates, and you know you got to live with the inmates. They catch feelings and all that type of stuff, but it wasn't that bad.
So because they used to, because the male, when I was in there, the male COs used to treat me really. They used to treat me like a lady.
Oh, I love the male COs.
They treat you really like a girl. And the female COs,
they was bringing me shit in, everything.
Food and everything.
Yes, they was bringing me
the female COs couldn't bake it.
They couldn't take. They
couldn't take it all.
Nah.
Okay, so we're gonna do when you got out, because now I'm gonna really get into your business.
Okay.
When you got out, you reformed. Now you're not doing none of that stuff anymore. So
never,
for the world,
never have.
You not
since then.
Okay, so she's learned her lesson. She's reformed completely. You got into a different game.
I did.
Okay, so you are now like one of the top elite girls in the sex work in the sex work game. Mm-hmm. You are like one of your top content creators on OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. You could tell the world how you got started with that?
Yeah. So basically, I got started into. So before I was on OnlyFans, my hustle was going to the casino and gambling.
Oh, well,
so I was playing. Yeah. So I would go to the casino. Yeah. In prison, I had learned how to play poker.
Oh.
So I kind of took what I had learned to the real world. So I had moved to Vegas. I was going to school. I went to college for fashion design, and then I would go and play poker. So I had met a guy, I was dealing with him. He taught me the ins and outs of poker or whatever. And then I moved on over to blackjack. So I was doing really good in blackjack. And I was like, you know what? I was, selling ass on the side. I was like, I had a Tumblr and I was posting stuff. And people was like,
I want to stick on this gambling for a while.
Okay.
I remember me and you we was in Seattle, Washington one time.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I remember, okay, so you guys that don't know, I remember her always, like, at least, like, once a week, she would just post pictures with chips in her hand equaling 16,000, 30,000. And I mean, like, every few days, you could tell you could tell it was her. Of course, she don't do no capping. But you could tell it was at different casinos and different days by the nail and it was her. And it'd be like 17,000 one night, 30,000 one, and bitch, in every few days. So that's when I remember me hitting you up saying, sister, can you teach me the what? Teach me the language.
I was gambling, you know what I'm saying? I was gambling. I just felt like gambling. I mean, I still gamble to this day, but
is it a formula or do you be counting cards?
No, I don't. When I tell people this, they really think I be lying, but I really gamble off like instinct.
Okay,
I really feel like if you use your mind and you can see what's going on, your instinct will never lead you astray. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Don't hit that.
But there is some rules that I live by when it comes to playing blackjack.
Can you please explain it? Because I got a lot of gamblers on here.
Of course.
Gambling problem, call one.
Literally, when I'm playing blackjack, I only play in the high limit rooms because the high limit rooms are more favorable than people who are outside just want to have fun.
Jumping in and out.
Yeah, jumping in and out. The rules are more favorable. I never played with an automatic shuffler. And a lot of times...
can you break that down? Because a lot of people, the trade, when I be like, look, they'll walk past, I ain't fucking with that.
So the automatic shuffler is the machine shuffles the cards. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that is...
They put them in...
That's not favorable. Yeah, it's less favorable for the player and more favorable for the casino. So I never play anywhere that has automatic shufflers.
So you like the dealer to do the shuffle?
Yeah, I want the dealer to shuffle. Okay. Even if I lose or whatever, at least I know it's not the setup. Yeah, I can see what's going on. I can see what's going on. I always go with a set amount. And if I lose that amount, I will re-up one time. And if I lose that, I'm done.
I remember that because you also your money one night and I kept it in my mind.
Yo, you lucky.
You think I'm gonna let that down? Like, we was in Seattle, Washington, y'all. Mind you, and I had cleaned up, racked up. I had about $3,000-$4,000 in my purse from my dates or whatever. Hooked up with this young lady.
I remember that.
But you know what? We had no right. Because we neither one of us was drunk or we wasn't drunk.
Yeah, we
was drunk.
And don't drink.
But we was at this top. We was at this the casino was no bigger than the fucking room we sitting in. They only had like 3 tables. We had no right, and we just was in there dragging it. And she ran through
I remember that.
She ran through my whole $4,000. I wasn't even playing, but she only gave me $200 back. But we could move on.
Girl, I don't remember that.
See.
I remember going to the casino, but I don't remember the details. I don't remember the details.
All right, so we're gonna move on. From that, tell me about the OnlyFans business. Tell me, how did you get into it? Were you nervous? Was you nervous for any of your family to actually see you on camera naked?
I was not nervous for my family. I was more so nervous about my peers. You know, I was just like, oh my God, they're gonna see me out here fucking me. But I was like, at the end of the day, I learned that people are going to judge you whether you're doing good, bad, or anything in between.
Yes, agreed.
And you have to live your life on your terms. You know, like, I don't really give a fuck, you know, what anybody has to say about me, because your opinion, I can't take it to the bank. I can't pay your bill. I can't take it to the restaurant and eat with it. I don't care, you know. I don't care about people's opinions, but
has the business been really good to you?
No, OnlyFans has been amazing. It has really changed my life.
I remember you guys, because this is my sister. This has been my sister for a while. I remember you guys, I was on, because that's my sister. I remember her making a status 2 years ago. I remember it real vividly. She said, OnlyFans gonna fuck around and make me a millionaire. Am I lying?
No.
This is like 2 years ago. So you are a millionaire at this point.
I'm not a millionaire, bitch, but I've made over $1 million from OnlyFans. And
don't that make you a millionaire? What makes you a millionaire?
No, I mean, you gross $1 million, but you have to.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying.
But
so,
it has been a really lucrative.
It has been extremely lucrative. OnlyFans, it has been extremely lucrative for me. Okay,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do you feel like now that certain people know how successful you are, do you feel like you gotta watch your body because I'm not just anybody?
Yes and no. I mean, I kind of feel like, I'm gonna just say this, like, I feel like a lot of people in the world, you know, they see you and they see your followers and they see you doing things and they try to befriend you under false pretenses. You know what I'm saying? They try to befriend you under...
They have ulterior motives.
Yeah, they have ulterior motives and they try to befriend you under false pretenses, you know, and a bitch like me, I watch literally murder mysteries all day, every day, and I don't play the radio. Yeah, I'm not playing the radio with nobody. You know,
Wait, we'll break that radio. You're not playing the radio.
I'm not playing the radio. Like, bitch, I'm not playing the radio, bitch. I'm not listening to your station, bitch. I'm changing your station, bitch. Okay. Like, no shame. I'm not playing the radio with you.
All right, so we talked about all of that. Let's talk about your career in Ballroom.
Okay.
Because you are one of the girls that I've seen you. I don't even wash face. As a matter of fact, you don't really wear makeup typically on your day-to-day, do you?
I mean, I dibble and dabble. Sometimes I don't, but I'm in this thing where I'm trying to learn how to do my makeup like on a more top tier scale. Yeah, but I like to. I'm in this new era of a I call it like a no makeup look.
No, because every time I've seen you together, your skin is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Like, really, it be glowing like you. Like the sun is facing you. You have really beautiful skin. So, with that being said, when you entered the arena of ballroom, you started out walking face.
I did. Well, a long time ago when I walked one ball when I was in St. Louis and I had walked Virgin Performance. And bitch, that was a gig, bitch. That was a gig, no shame, bitch. I had came out there in the Vivian Westwood booth. I'm thinking about it now, bitch.
What was your very first house?
Mugler.
Oh, that was so you're a Mugler baby.
Yeah, that was my first.
Okay, so I want to get into this, because there's a stigma out there that's it's like a known fact. It might have changed over the years. You know, I'm a real bitch, so I'm gonna talk. For years and years and years, it has been said, and it's a known fact that maybe this is the back then Muglers is like a light skinned house,
right?
Sometimes Spanish she grew up, not extravaganza, but a lighter. Right. They cater to the face, but they don't cater to the dark skinned girls, like the dark skinned people. They have very few members in it that was dark skinned. Have you ever experienced that in the House of Mugler?
I have not personally experienced colorism within the House of Mugler. However, I have my experiences with favoritism in the House of Mugler. However, I understand that. I and I'm gonna play the devil's advocate simply because the individuals who I saw, and this is just me from the outside.
Let's address it.
Yeah, this is just me, and I think us as people, a lot of people, we just make up shit in our heads because sometimes we have our own insecurities, and we make up shit without having concrete facts.
Okay.
But there was 2 girls who I felt like they were getting special treatment, but they were getting special treatment because Exotic was their parent. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And it wasn't really a special treatment. It was just, this is my daughter, so I'm going to make sure my daughter is good.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
So a lot of y'all out there that don't know, it's like certain people, like
that's a personal child. Yeah, like this is my personal child.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, explain that.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Okay. But after,
yeah, because I remember you were going to leave at one point.
Yeah, I did leave.
Oh, you did leave?
Yeah, I left and I came back.
Okay, yeah. I remember you had another controversial moment in Ballroom. I remember one night you battled Toya Ebony.
Okay.
And I remember it was a night you had to bring a voodoo doll or something.
Yeah, it was. Okay. You had to. Your look had to be like your dog. Your dog. Band ball.
And I remember y'all battled. She won, right?
She won.
Okay. This was in Chicago.
This was in Philly.
Oh, this was in Philly?
Yeah. This was in Philly. This was the Long Band Ball.
Right. Okay, and I remember after it was all said and done, you made a status on Facebook and said, "His face not was it's not real as wait. What you say? What was this?
Probably his face is real as that.
So you got that from Stasha. Shout out to Stasha, Godmother Garcon, Sasha Sanchez. I love you, sister. But you made that and they tore you the fuck up in the comments.
I mean, I don't care. I stood on what I said because I have been a victim in Ballroom of politics. I feel like I have been but I feel like it has been not a lot of times, but it has been.
You know what you have, and
I feel like I have been an underdog, and I feel like there has been a lot of politics in Ballroom, and but me and Toya, we're good. We don't. I don't have any issues or any beef with her. But at that moment, and I get it. That was her big night. Whoop de whoop. I get it. No time. But I mean, I felt how I felt.
Let me say this, because if you wouldn't have never had to remind me, because you get so much fucking life now. You know what I mean? You are the big girl. Like they're adding you to small girl. That's when nigga, we made it. Yeah. When they start including your name, sister, in the small girl category, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no shade.
So they did take a while for them to fucking come up off you.
Like I really had to work, I really had to work, and I really had to prove myself. Like Ballroom to me is a place where I can express my creativity. Okay. And I feel like in the category that I was walking, they didn't really understand a lot of the looks that I was doing, and they didn't really understand my inspiration. Okay. I feel like, to me, I'm gonna toot my own horn because I really feel like I brought something to a big girl's face that was never done. Like I felt like I was bringing editorial looks. I was bringing bitch looks that I didn't want to wear a typical gown and big drag hair and all. Like, I didn't want to do that, bitch. I wanted to give, like, girl, I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, you know? And, bitch, I don't care if y'all see it or not. I'm gonna make y'all know it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I totally agree. You changed the face of Big Girl's face, and there's another young lady out there. Her name is Mila Balenciaga. Like,
we're not talking about Mila.
Okay.
Mila,
you gonna tear her up next time? Y'all gonna tear her up? But no, I will honestly say this, and thousands of people can agree. Bitch, you sells it. You can sell, bitch. You can sell salt to a slug, water to a well, cock to a tranny chaser.
I'm 50.
Bitch, what be going through your mind when you be sucking? Cause my girl, you be really bringing it down from the back.
I feel like I would never forget Tyra.
Dominique,
Electra, motherfucking Electra, bitch. I had walked the ball and she was like, you know, you, bitch, you're beautiful, but it's like a bigger girl. First of all, let's just get into the politics of being a plus size woman and the beauty standards. You know, being plus size and being someone of a darker complexion, you are further away from what the societal beauty standards. You know what I'm saying? So, she had told me something that really stuck to me to this day, and I really apply it in everything I do. But she was like, as a dark-skinned woman and as a bigger woman, you're going to have to work 10 times as hard as, you know, even your smaller counterpart or, you know, anybody. You're going to have to work 10 times harder.
Shit sitting here from this angle. I never knew you was ripped, but you look fat. No, she look over. Like,
thank you, sister.
All right, go ahead.
I use that in my everyday life, and you know, being that I do adult content, I constantly have to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see, you know, my white counterparts or my, you know, Latino counterparts.
I'll ask you 2 questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you like watching your clips on Ballroom? Like, because I know a lot of, like, my mother Courtney, but she never watches.
I hate watching my clips.
You don't like it
because you
don't watch it because you critique yourself too much?
See, my thing is, I'm very expressive, and if it's something bothers me or, bitch, I see some stupid shit, like, it's in my face. You know, I can see it. Like, I can see it in my face at that time. But I have watched, honestly, I mean, I watch it the first time just to see what's going on, but after that, I don't save them. I don't
so you're not one of them girls that, I'm one of them bitches, I'll watch it 1,000 times.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because I need to know which bitch wasn't clapping, which bitch was giving fake, you know, faces.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I'm not watching it. Okay. You know, I'm not watching it.
So let me get into a really big night for you. Okay. It was a night in Chicago, and it was in all red, and you made me so proud because I was there in person. And this is the first night you won Femme Queen, like a big category. You won $5,000 this night. And it was Femme Queen face in all red. And my girl, the bitch, the way you was tearing them up side to side. What made you just start just tell me about that night. Preparation. Give me the whole thing, because that was big.
Yeah, so basically it was bringing in all red from head to toe. And so I was like, I mean, I changed, like, I was going to do, like, black hair, and my makeup was going to be different, but my makeup artist Day, shout out to Day,
New York song.
Okay, I was like, bitch, if we gonna do it, let's do it. And red is my favorite color. If we gonna do it, let's motherfucking do it, bitch. And that's what it was. My dress, I felt like my dress needed something. I had went to the fabric store the morning of the ball in Chicago and just threw some appliques on the dress. I was like,
well, didn't we talk earlier that day?
I think we did. Yeah.
I was
like, wait, let me just throw some on this dress because it needs a little something. Like, it just wasn't 100% right. It just needs a little something. So,
you ended up making it work. And
were
you nervous coming into it?
No.
First of all, she definitely had support. Her other sister, who's also a big girl, and which is my sister, like one of my best bitches, is my age, Camille,
my age.
Shout out to my Asia. I love you,
okay,
girl.
I love my Asia.
She was there to support you. Y'all fed off each other, and
it was, baby. Oh, it's not. Okay. We had Day there touching up our makeup. We had found this girl named JJ who do hair. Like, she completely changed. Like, my hair was completely different.
Oh, y'all got your hair stuff done when y'all got there?
We was getting our hair and stuff. Well, we got it touched up at the ball. Okay. But she had came to our hotel and redid our hair and everything. Like, my Asia hair was completely different. Like, she had it. Without them, without the team.
The team.
Yeah, it was the team. And I think that's what people need to, you need to get your team, boo.
Okay, so, shout out to you. Congratulations for winning.
Thank you.
That's when they fucking came up off you, right?
No shade.
That's when you
shade.
That's when they came up off. Then, you gave me another little hit after that. One of my favorite looks was for the 20K, the night your best friend Simone won for the 20K. You came with the big break. That look, what? Knowing how all of the other girls, right, were going to bring it. What made you say, bitch, I'm not using an official crown. I'm going to wear it. Like, tell me about that inspiration.
I just feel like the face category is all about Eurocentric. I feel like the face category is all about femme queens who have Eurocentric features. You know, you can be black, that's fine, but your nose needs to be small. Your lips need to be small. Like, they can't be too big. Like, your features can't be too big. And I was just like, I wanted to just glamorize an African queen and just use my hair, you know, as my crown, because it is our crown. A lot of us, we hide under our wigs. We don't wear our real hair out because the society deems that it's not beautiful, you know? So I wanted to wear a braided crown, and it was too fucking big. But it was beautiful. It was the moment. I went into it. I was like, girl, I don't even care. The
whole look was just...
Yeah, I love the look. I love the look. And I just wanted it to be a moment and wanted to represent Black beauty, because I feel like it's...
Okay, so listen. Let me ask you this, because we running out of time with you.
Fuck!
Fuck, listen, how did it feel when the House of Mugler made you Atlanta mother? And shout out to the House of Mugler. Miyake Mugler has been around for a very long time. I want to just personally tell y'all, thank y'all for taking a chance on my sister, a dark beauty, a bigger girl in the scene, which is like a double wham, you know. And she, you know, thank you for allowing her to be the Atlanta mother, and not only that, her winning on her debut. So, bitch, you better. And is that the first time you walked that new category?
What did I walk?
Was it Big Girl
Body.
Sex?
I think I walked Body.
Was it? What was it? But you walked
Body.
It was Body.
I walked Body.
It was
So
Body.
they,
I was on the panel.
You was on the. So it was Femme Queen Bottom. Femme Queen Body. So who had a hand in that? You being the mother, like, did you ask for it, or did you?
I did not. I really don't know. I never really inquired about who had a hand on it.
Okay.
But I'm happy that they made me the mother, because I feel like I'm a very hands-on mother, and I feel like I wanted to be the change that I want to see within the house. You know what I'm saying? Because we've had some shitty-ass mothers, like Simone, and no, we've had I'm not joking, but since I've been in Atlanta chapter, we just have not had the best mothers, in my opinion. So I just feel like I wanted to be the change that I wanted to see
in your region,
in my region,
and in your whole house.
Exactly. I feel like we had a lot of trophies.
Do they treat you good?
They do.
They do. Do they listen to you?
They do.
Yeah,
they really do.
And stuff like that?
They really do. I go to practices. I'm there. You know, I'm very hands-on.
Okay, 2 questions for you. My final 2 questions.
Okay.
Because we're running out of time, my beautiful sister. For one, I want to ask you, what is your most exciting night? Like, what was the night you had fun when you walked face? And give me the night that you had the most fun, and then give me the night that you looked like was your best look.
Okay.
Do the most fun first, like that you just had fun on the floor.
Okay, the night that I had the most fun was the night where we had to, it was the pretty kitty hair where it's face, but you had to Vogue. So I had the most fun doing that because I love the Vogue. Like, if I can go back in history, I would be a performance girl, you know. Okay. And my favorite look would probably be the night, the black with a touch of green, where I did the patent leather look. I love that look, you know.
It was that look, and then it was the Lamb Ball, because bitch, you had me screaming. You know how they had the big screens at the whole...
Oh, yeah, I like
that Lamb Ball was cold for you.
I like the Lamb look, but My feet was hurting in my shoes. I was ready to get up out of there. Like, yeah, I was ready to get up out of there. Like, no shade. But I love that black with the touch of, because it was very editorial, like the hair, the everything. I feel like everything was just on point. Sure.
Okay. Let me ask you this one last question. I want you to look in the camera, and if you can talk to the younger Chanel or a younger girl from your region, any region that's just coming up in the game, that don't know about nothing, they don't know about ballroom, they don't know about streets, they don't know about hormones, they don't know how this world can be so cold towards black trans women and everything. Talk to your younger self and to the younger girls.
Well, I would first say, get you a support system. Mental health is real, and going through hormones and all of that, you are really fucking with your mental. So get you a rock solid support system, whether it's friends, family, a therapist, if you can afford one. That would be number one. I think that's most important, honestly, and really. I feel like a lot of the times we take hormones and we transition because we want to see the physical, but we don't spend enough time with our mental. So make sure that your mental is solid before you embark on this journey, for sure.
Thank you so much, sister, for agreeing to come on the show.
Of course.
Listen, you guys, we have more juicy convo, y'all, because this is not it. We have Chanel and her pearls.
I like this plum, honey. This plum is sexy.
We have Chanel and her pearls on the couch, so we're going to give you one more second on what? Let's address it. Right.
Let's address it, baby.
Cut it. Come on. You ain't got to put your shoes on.